comments. So I'm trying out a different tracking software. I'm not sure why, it's kind of laggy, but we're going to give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, so... Sorry, scratching my eyebrow. Oh yeah, it has hand tracking. Hold on. Look. You can see my hands now. But I'm really happy about it. The program is Warudo. And yeah, so let me know what you think. Maybe I need to work on the settings a bit more, see if I can get it a bit more to my liking, I guess. I'm not sure why it's so shaky and why the FPS isn't very good. I'm not quite sure of that. But let me say something. But yeah, this is something I've been wanting to try. My boyfriend sent me the link and I was really curious. So, oh shit. That was weird. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, so trying this out, seeing if I like it. I'll see if I can fix the FPS issue. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But yeah, so this is what we're working with today. Also, about the drawing. This guy, right here, this is Finley. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, and this is just gonna be a little draw with me. As some of you will know, if you've seen some of my past videos of Finley in it, he has a mask that he has to wear, so his mask is kind of just sitting over here. So you can see the antler and everything. The other antler is kind of hidden by him, it's kind of just behind him. So yeah. For some reason I really wanted I might change this so that it's not a braid, so that the little hair piece is not over the headband, but we'll see. We'll see when I get around to it. Let's get this down in opacity. Alright. So, excuse me. So, let me see what I want to get started with. I might just start with like the outermost lines. Make them really thick, nice and thick. So let's see. But yeah, I hope everyone's been doing well today. It's really hot today, so I hope you're staying cool if it's hot also where you are. I know that in like the southern hemisphere, like in Australia, it's winter right now, so I hope you guys are staying warm. I don't know how cold it gets there. Of course, I mess up the bunny ear. Think fuck I have liquefy. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good. If it's cold, hope you're staying warm. If it's warm, I hope you're staying cool. But yeah. It's funny that a bunny always messes up drawing bunny ears, but probably not that funny. But yeah. For parts where I'm just quiet for most of the time, I'll probably speed through. Or if I get interrupted, also. But yeah, it's just, I hope everyone's doing well. I've been not super active on any social media recently. Maybe Discord. I'm on Discord all the time though. But yeah, I just haven't really been that active recently because I don't know, I just haven't had the energy for some reason to post. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, hands are doing weird things. But yeah, I'm just kind of having a rough time with my energy levels. So I hope you don't mind too much. I hope you guys don't mind too much. if I'm a little quiet at times. But yeah, I'm just kind of working on it, though. I really want to post more, I want to be more active on social media, and I want to draw more. I've just... energy, man. I think it's because of the heat, to be honest. I don't have as much energy when it's hot. Then again, I don't think many people do, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully that improves once it cools down a bit. How have all you been? Let me know in the comments. You handling the heat or the cold pretty well? Having good days, bad days, good nights, bad nights? How about you tell me about your dreams? Like, have you had any weird dreams lately? I'm really interested in dreams. I don't know why. They're just really interesting to me. I think I've heard before that scientists don't actually know why we dream, which is interesting to me. I think a lot of it can be like manifestations of our own inner feelings and like subconscious type stuff. And probably not all of it, because there's some really weird dreams. But there's one dream that I had for a while that was reoccurring that I'm thinking of specifically when I think of weird dreams, which is one where I got like shrunk for some reason to like the size of a mouse, and I got chased around with a vacuum cleaner. That's a dream that I used to have all the time as a kid, and it had a weird result. It resulted in me being scared of vacuum cleaners. Like, for years I had a fear of vacuum cleaners. I probably shouldn't be telling that story, it's kind of embarrassing, but I was a kid at the time, so. And kids do and say weird things or believe really weird things at times, I feel like. Like, especially like a kid who is very sheltered, I feel like. Like, speaking from my own experience, of course. Because I was very sheltered as a kid. It can lead to some really strange beliefs or thoughts about the world. And one of those beliefs I had when I was a kid, because I just didn't really know a whole lot about like the outside world, I believed some really weird stuff. For a while I thought that worms were baby snakes, and that was why we had so many snakes around our house, because Dad kept getting worms to put in his garden. And I was so upset at him, because that meant I couldn't go into the woods to play. And no one ever bothered to explain to me that that wasn't true. I don't know why. People just kind of were like, oh, she believes that? Okay. Okay, we're just never going to correct her. We're just going to let her stay mad at her dad for getting worms and thinking they were actually snakes. But you can kind of see, like, why I thought that. But at the same time, not really. Like, it was very strange. I was a very weird kid. Though I feel like if you watched my last video that was on, the Winchester Mystery House, you'd already know I was a weird kid. I'm pretty sure I talked about it a little bit in there. Went on a little bit of a tangent, which isn't unusual for me, to be fair. But just believed so many weird things as a kid. I thought for the longest time that I could be the Tooth Fairy, like I could become the Tooth Fairy, and I was for a while, I remember when I was a little kid, I was determined to capture the Tooth Fairy, and like make her make me a tooth fairy. That was actually a plan I had when I was a little kid. I literally have no explanation for why no one was like, maybe we should just kind of like cool it down a bit. Like, you should not be trying to like stay up and capture fairies. I'm not sure why to this day no one like, I don't know. Maybe they saw it as just harmless, but at the same time, I'm kind of surprised no one said anything. Like, and I would talk about it at school, which is probably one of the reasons some of the kids thought it was really weird at that time. But, I remember talking about it at school, like my plans and shit, and no one bothered to say anything. No one was like, you can't become the Tooth Fairy. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm like going off on a tangent again. I was just thinking about how kind of funny it was, I guess. I was just a very strange kid. I guess that no one wanted to hurt my feelings, probably, is what I'm thinking. Which, that's fair. I was a little kid. Like, people typically don't like to hurt little kids' feelings, you know? Alright, let's see if I can get this. I don't know if you heard that, but there was, I think those were fireworks. I think someone's setting off fireworks for some reason. We have, this neighbor who always sets off fireworks, and it can be for any reason. Even if they just want to make noise. Like, literally they do it every week, I think, at this point. Alright. So, yeah. I keep going off on tangents. I'm so sorry about that, but like also, I guess since it's my channel, I can go off on tangents if I want to. I just don't really intend to. It's not my intention to keep going on tangents. I blame my ADHD. If I could get this hair just right, that would be great. There we go. I'm really hoping that this turns out the way that I'm wanting, because I've never really drawn... Well, I guess I have drawn characters at this angle. It's just been a long time since I have. Oh god, how long has it been? It's been at least... Oh god, I want to say 2 years since I've drawn any characters at this angle. And the last time I did it was Neil. I remember that. It was when I had one of my really old styles. God, that was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. But yeah, so excuse me, I don't know if y'all heard that. So I'm just kind of hoping that this turns out good. Something feels off, but I can't think of what it could be. Oh, whoops. There we go. Also, I will say, a part of me wanted to do that Winchester Mystery House video because I heard recently that July 5th is actually the date that spooky season begins, essentially. So I really wanted to make a spookier type video to kind of kick things off. And though I know it's past July 5th, but you know. I'm not usually on time for these kinds of things. It's very rare that I'm on time for very much, to be fair. I still love the way that Finley as a character turned out. Still love his design. Because to me, he has a very, he looks like a noble, but he doesn't look like one of those mean nobles, you know what I mean? He doesn't look like someone who'll be like, oh, you're poor? He looks at one of those nobles who'd be like, oh, do you need anything? Do you need any help? Like, that's immediately what I think of when I think of him. It's just someone who's wealthy and kind of naive, but actually wants to do good. Like, he actually isn't the kind of person to want to hold people back. He wants to help people as much as he can, which kind of leads him into some not very nice situations, I feel like, because he's also very gullible. But he's a very genuine person, I feel like. But you can definitely, I feel like, tell just from his design that he kind of grew up very privileged. So, that's what I was kind of aiming for with him. Which is kind of similar for my character Ator, who I really want to draw him again. In his newer post-Runaway design. I really want to, one of these days. But we'll see. I said I was going to focus on the outside lines for the character for now, but I keep going more inside. I really don't intend to, but that just happens, I guess. I need to work with shape language more, I think. I was just thinking about that earlier. About doing more with shape language for my character designs. Because Finley looks great, yeah, but I feel like I could have done better. Like, he portrays his kind of... like, he shows who he is as a character pretty well in his design and his mannerisms and everything, I feel like. Like, he's just really sweet and wants to do what's best. Though he can be a little naive and not really know what's best a lot of the time. I feel like I made his hair too long. I'm looking at the reference pictures right now and I feel like I made his hair too long. That's annoying. I'll shorten it. Well, that'll be fine. But where was I going? I feel like I could have incorporated shape language a bit more into his design. Like, I could have made his eyes rounder, probably, to kind of showcase that more soft kind of side to him that's, like, very gentle. I gave him a lot more sharp angles than I meant to, I feel like. But I think that's mainly because the mask is very sharp, which I think fits with the entity that is attached to the mask, I feel like. The sharp angles and the squareness of some of it. I'm looking at the mask right now. There is a lot of round, I guess, though, as well. But I definitely could have made him rounder. I made him very square, I feel like. He has a very square chin and square jaw. Or, no. I guess he has a very triangular jaw, actually. He has a square chin, triangular jaw, and triangular ears. His eyes are kind of round. They're like elongated round, so I guess that could count as like a circle, like a round. Sorry, I'm like looking, trying to see all the shape language. Yeah, he has a lot of triangles, a lot more than I intended. I mean, his clothes are very round. He wears a white shirt with puffy sleeves that are very round. I make the sleeves very, very rounded. And these little butterfly clips, like collar clips, on his collar. On the collar of his leather vest. And those are very round. And then his belt buckle is square. Which I feel like he's a very reliable person. He's very loyal. So I feel like that fits him a lot, like all the square features. Triangular, I feel like he'd be a little bit sneaky at times. Probably not super sneaky or anything like that. He'd probably just, like, if it's needed type of thing. Because I feel like that more so goes into, like, the squareness of his features, though. Which kind of goes into the reliability of Finley. He's definitely the type of person to keep his promises. I will say that. And if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And it's really difficult to stop him. But yeah, I like Finley as a character a lot. I'm excited to play him in a game at some point. Alright, so... I'm doing that thing where I'm doing the inside again when I don't mean to. So that's fun. Like, why? Why am I doing this? Why? But, I don't know. I really like this drawing so far. I'm just hoping that by the end of it I will still like it. Oh, I was going to talk about this as well. I've been thinking about changing up my style again. Not too much, maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be experimenting a lot more, I think, for a while. Hopefully, if I can. Going to see what I can do. I'm going to probably test the limits of my style, maybe. Is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm still doing the inside. That'll be fine. The hair usually takes me a really long time anyway, so it's good to get that out of the way, I think. But yeah, I've been thinking about changing up my style a bit more. Try to get it a bit closer to kind of what I want. Or kind of like the style of drawings that I like, that I usually look at personally. Because I tend to like go to the same styles a lot of the time. I don't gravitate towards one particular style. I will say that. I can't talk apparently. Um, but I gravitate towards a lot of different styles. I gravitate towards anime a lot, gravitate towards watercolor styles, towards semi-realism. Those kinds of styles I gravitate towards a lot. I don't gravitate towards a lot of like super cartoony styles, I've noticed. Which is kind of funny considering how cartoony my style is. So it's like, oh, do I even like my own style? At this point, I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's a little bit of a depressing thought to think, okay, maybe I'm not the biggest fan of my own style. Like, I like drawing in it because it very much fits with, like, it has qualities that I like. I don't know if I'm just experiencing some kind of crisis, some kind of artist crisis or something, but I don't know. I think I just need to experiment more and maybe see how I feel about it. See if maybe changing it up helps me feel better. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think maybe it's just a little bit of insecurity on my part. Which, I'm not going to say I'm not insecure about my style, because that would be a lie. But I really want to be honest with you guys and just be like, hey, I have a lot of insecurity with my art, especially with my art style. And I don't know if I want to continue with this art style. I am going to experiment a bit more and just see how I feel. See if maybe some changes would do some good. But we'll see. I just want... God, voice crack. I just want to kind of optimize it, I guess. And I also really like experimenting because then I find new techniques that I really enjoy. Like, some stuff that I really enjoy comes from having experimented with a more 90s anime style, which I want to do again at some point. I used to really not like 90s anime art styles, but like, lately especially, I've been really into them. I just find them so cute and pretty. Ah, they're so nice. But yeah, just expect some more experimentation coming up with different styles. I might do a style challenge. I'm not sure if you guys would be very interested in that. Definitely let me know if you would be. But yeah, I've just been thinking about it a lot recently, and I think it'd be really interesting. But I don't know. We'll see. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Maybe let me know if you think I should try the anti-style challenge or the hyper style. I've been seeing that a little bit. Hyper style is like where you push your current art style to the extremes and see how far you can go with it. Like, if you have thick line art, make it thicker. If you use bright colors, make them brighter, type thing. Like, that sort of thing. And that's obviously the opposite with anti-art style. But yeah, I've just been thinking about trying that. Maybe also doing one of those art style challenges where I just get a bunch of like references from media and try to draw like screenshots from different shows and movies in my style. Or try an art style challenge where I draw one drawing in different styles from different media. I've been thinking about that sort of thing a lot too. I tried that before. I don't think I'll be able to find where I put it, because I did it when I was still doing traditional art, and I don't know if I still have that sketchbook. And it was with one of my really old styles. So I don't know if I threw it away, maybe, or if someone else threw it away when we were cleaning up the house. It's entirely possible. But I'll have to see if I can find it, and I might post pictures of it on Twitter. I might attempt it again with the same media that I used, that I basically took inspiration from for the styles. I think that would be interesting. I don't remember if I ever finished it. It's entirely likely that I didn't, to be honest. I have so much trouble with finishing projects sometimes, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's just kind of what I've been thinking about lately. It's just a lot. I've been doing my art style a lot. And I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more I could probably do with it and kind of change it up and improve it further. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if that's just my insecurity talking. Or if, like, I should, like, if I'm at the point where I should probably think about experimenting more and changing it up and seeing what I can do to kind of get better at drawing. Because it almost feels like I'm stagnating. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm rambling a bit, I'm sorry. But it's just been on my mind lately, I guess. I've also been, this is very off topic, but I've also been really in a weird mood lately. Like, I've been really into a bunch of things that just give me nostalgia. Like, I've been watching videos on the old Barbie princess movies that I used to be obsessed with as a kid. I don't know why I've been watching those videos, but it's like old, like, Barbie princess movies I was obsessed with when I was a kid, old Disney movies I was obsessed with as a kid, and shows as well. Oh my god. I've been watching a lot of videos about them, like, analyzing them, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I've just been on a little bit of a nostalgia trip lately. I'm going to try to finish all of him, like all the line work for him, and then I'll work on the background, I think. But yeah, I've just been kind of in that mood lately. Were you ever into those kinds of movies when you were a kid, by the way? Like the old Disney princess movies, like Mermaid Tale and all that? The 12 Dancing Princesses was my favorite, I think. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid. But that was mainly because I was obsessed with dancing when I was a kid. I don't really do that anymore because I am really bad at it. I cannot dance to save my life. Like, if someone came up to me and was like, hey, you're going to die if you can't dance right now, and I'll be like, well, I guess I'm dead. Bye, guys. That would literally be me. So I can't. I thought about trying to learn how to dance again. Like, not ballet. I don't think I could do ballet again. It was different when I was a little kid. But nowadays, I don't think I could do it. But I love to learn. Oh, why am I so tired? But I would love to learn, like, I don't know. I would love to learn just how to dance generally. Just kind of improve. Any dance at this point would do. I've been wanting to learn a lot of things recently, I don't know why, but this thing could be a lot of fun, you know? I still really want to learn how to sew. Because then maybe I could start cosplaying eventually, once I feel a little bit more comfortable with trying it out. Because right now, if I try to cosplay, I think I just wouldn't know what to do. I would not know where to start. I feel like if I learned how to sew, maybe I'd be able to figure out a little bit more easily. And cosplays are so expensive. They are so expensive, for good reason, obviously. Like, people work really, really fucking hard on them, and they deserve the money that they get for it. Like, they work so hard on them, and it's just very admirable to me. I'm like, whoa. Okay, I wish I could do stuff like that. For now, I could probably just draw my characters cosplaying, which that would actually be kind of cute. If you buds want to see any of my characters cosplaying at all, even if it's just me, definitely let me know who you think they'd be a good cosplay for. Who you think they could cosplay very well. I don't know why, I've been having so much trouble with talking lately. I don't know what's up with that. I'm sorry. It might be because I just haven't really been talking much in general recently. So it's kind of like, ooh, I'm talking now. Time to have voice cracks. But yeah, been kind of rambling this whole time, I'm feeling. I'm sorry. Alright, got his butt all drawn. Gonna save the face for a little bit later. There we go. I'm trying to also decide on how I want to do the color of the line art, because I always make my line art some kind of color. Even if it's not always super noticeable, because some of my drawings are really dark. Like, the lighting is just very dark, so that can make the line art look black or almost black at times. So I'm trying to think, at the same time as I'm doing this, what kind of color I would want for the line art. So I can do that later. I could probably solve that problem by just making the line art lighter than I really need to. Then if I'm doing a drawing that's very much dark, like the lighting is very dark, I could then just go ahead and do that, and it'll get the line art to the color I originally wanted, maybe. Maybe I should really start doing that. Okay, let me make my brush smaller. I think I'm going to speed through this part. Alright, so now I'm just going to do biggest buttons real quick. Gonna make it easier on myself. Don't judge me. Alright, there we go. Merging those layers. Right now, all I have to do for him, before I do the background, is the face. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I always forget that he has blonde eyelashes. I always forget about that. I forgot about it in the last drawing I did of him too. I had to go back and fix it later on when I realized my mistake. I really like giving my characters eyelashes that match their hair, or maybe a little bit darker than their hair. Just because I really like how that looks. For some reason I especially love it when the hair is lighter than the skin. For some reason it just looks really, really nice to me. I really like it. Right now for this one. I probably could make the lines a little thicker, maybe. Nah, I think it'll be fine. Well, definitely could make that go further. There we go. Let's move this up a bit more. Because he's smiling, the lower eyelid should be a little higher than what I sketched. I think, at least. There. Alright, so I'm going to continue with the eyes. Yeah, he has very round eyelids too. I forgot about that. So I guess he does have a bit more roundness than I initially thought. His eyebrows are kind of a mix of round and square. Because they kind of are a little bit more rounded in how they arch. But this part right here is very square shaped. Alright. Let me go ahead and merge those layers. And here we go. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So now for the iris. That didn't look right. Still doesn't look right. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why it just doesn't look right to me. I don't know what's going on. Let's try this. Okay. Alright, let's see if that's better. I think I just made some mistakes in the sketching. Yeah, I think that's better. Alright. I wish that I had done a turnaround of him at some point, but I didn't. That'd be helpful with making his nose shape more consistent, I feel like. Alright, so got his face. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, now we get to do the background. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, it'll probably be better if I did like this. Yeah. Right, so for the sake of later, when I'm doing my other things. There. You'll see what I mean in a little bit, once I get the background all lined up. So, 2 tips. And then the antler right here. Alright, so we take that away. I might just go ahead and make this like a void down here, actually. So I'm not sure I like you being able to see into the mask, I guess. Alright, now we just gotta do this little part right here, and we'll be good. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at it now. Without the sketch. I really like this. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright. There we go. Now I just need to go up to select, expand selected area by 2. And we go down here. I always make my layers ahead of time, so I have like a colors base that I could just put like a random color on, and then everything else will clip onto it. So then I have the skin folder, the eyes folder, which has the iris folder in it, the hair folder, the shirt folder, the pants folder, and the accessories folder. I forgot to make the background folder, but I'll do that later because I really don't feel like doing that right now. Alright, so let's go with the green, because whenever he has the mask on, he glows green, so I just want to do that as a little... Oh, whoops. Forgot to invert selected area. There we go. Now I have to go in and clean it up. This is where there shouldn't be any color for them. Oops. There we go. Alright, let's check everything. See if there's any spots I missed. Doesn't look like it. I think we're good. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and do all the base colors and the effects right now. Because I'm going to do something later that'll hopefully work out. Alright, so skin tone. It's this. So we're just going to do the flats pretty much for now. Alright, the eyes. I absolutely love his eyes personally. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I'm not missing any spots. Okay, now his eye color. Let me grab that. The actual color of his irises. Now I go to that folder. Alright. This is why I separate everything into different folders. Just makes it easier for me. Oh, yep, I messed up. Okay, let me fix that. Alright, there we go. So I got that part done. Let me go to his hair. Now, his hair might take me a little bit to do. Alright. Let me go ahead and fill in the eyebrows. And I'll do as much as I can with the eyelashes. Oof. Okay. I got some places where it shouldn't. I can fix that, it's okay. So, there we go, we got that. Got the eyebrows and eyelashes done. Now we just gotta do the actual hair itself. The hair usually takes me a while because I just want to make sure I get every little bit of it colored. So I usually will take a little bit longer. There's probably an easier way to do it. To guarantee that everything is filled with color. But we'll see. I'll sometimes just take the fill bucket and fill in what I can, and then with that, and then I'll go back and fix it. But then I have to go back later and fix it further. I don't know why I've been in such a mood to draw Finley lately, though. I haven't even played him or anything, so I'm not super attached to him, I guess. I'm pretty attached to him as a character, but I'm not as attached to him as, say, Lorelei or Rye or any of them. But I am very attached to Finley. I just like him a lot as a character, I guess. I like his concept. And the little bit of mystery surrounding him and why he has to wear the mask and all of that. Oops. It's interesting to me, I don't know. I really want to play him one day, and I'm really excited to, because I am planning to play him for a certain game, but it's going to be a while before that game is ready to play. I can't think of the word for some reason. Oh no. My eye is just really itchy, so if my model is moving weird, that's why. My eye just really itches. But it's okay. Oh. I broke my hand there for a second, it looks like. But it's okay, I can still draw. Alright, we're almost done with the hair. Oh, I see. Let's fix it. I know it's probably not that noticeable, but I don't know, it bothers me. Alright, so let's go here. Let me fix this. There we go. Alright, so we got his hair done. Alright, so let's go on to the shirt, which I might mainly use the fill bucket for this. So let's do this. Then I'll go in and clean it up. The buttons, I think I'm going to make them gold to kind of, it's kind of a callback to his gold color clips that he has in his usual design. So I'm going to do that. See if I can get the exact same color, the exact same shade of gold. It'll also be kind of a, I don't know, I think it just looks nice in gold. So let's get this going. Okay. Alright, there we go. And then the pants, in the reference picture they were black. I think we're going to do the same thing here. Make them a very cool toned black, like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the accessories. They're going to also be very dark. So let me go ahead and get this. Let me actually move the accessories folder below the pants and shirts so I can just do this a little bit more easily. So I'm going to make the corset that he's wearing darker than the pants. And then I think I want the laces to be like a light green. Oh, whoops. I think I'll also do that with the... No, I'm also going to put it under the hair layer. Or under the hair folder, I mean. So I can do this. Shit. Forgot about the skin for a minute there for some reason. So I'm going to make these match the corset that he has on. Kind of showing me also the places I need to go over. I feel like with the... where I missed some hair that needs to be there. There. Alright. So I got that, and then we do this. And places where there should not be hair. Or hair color, I mean. Okay, let me find that folder again. There we go. I try to keep all my layers very organized, and sometimes I wonder if I do a little too much. I'm actually going to use this color, the color of the pants, as the color for the bow tie. And then the fluff right here. Put that on a separate layer. Oh shit, okay. Just do this. There we go. I think that looks really nice, the contrast. I'm gonna make the inside of the ear pink. But I really like this. I really like how it contrasts with the dark colors. And hopefully it'll look really nice later. Okay, let me add in the pink now. Alright, and then make some adjustments right here. Okay. There we go. Well, no. Still doesn't look great. Nah, that'll be fine. That'll work. Alright. Now let me go ahead and also do these. I'll make them a soft green to kind of call back to the glowing green eyes that he has when he has the mask on. I'm going to real quick just kind of make this a lighter color so that I can actually just use the fill tool. Make this a little easier on myself, please. Alright. Alright, there we go. Right now, let's get rid of that. And I actually might make those a darker green instead. Maybe a darker, more saturated green? Yeah. I think that's good. Alright, now we can... I'll be right back. I'm actually going to make the folders for the background, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I made the folders, and also I switched to my usual VC face, mostly so you guys can see the difference, and let me know which one you like best, whether you like Warudo or VC face. I might test out Warudo a bit more and try experimenting with the settings and all, see if I can fix that FPS issue, because I don't know why I have so much issue with that. Maybe something's wrong with my GPU. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to do the rest of the video with this one and see what you guys think. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the flat colors on the background. So I'm thinking I want to make the walls a sort of cream color. Just like a plain old cream. Maybe not that bright. Sounds pretty bright. Especially when compared to him. Need to make it a little bit more muted. A bit more gray toned, I think. A little darker. Okay, I think that'll work. And then the desk I want to be a dark brown. So let me go ahead and do that. So a warm dark brown. That's more. That's not as dark as I need. That's probably a little too dark. I think it's not looking as dark as I want. I think it's not looking the way I want because I'm comparing it also to the dark colors on him. And the colors on him are really, really dark. So like, the corset, for example, is very, very dark. The pants aren't as dark, though I could probably darken them later on. So I'm like stretching. But we'll see. Alright, now for the mask, which, let me get that reference for the mask. God, wait. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Alright, so let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so the mask isn't really the center point at all. It's kind of just there as a little reference. So, yeah. Okay. Maybe over here. Just there we go. Well, I forgot about the golden tier type thing that's like right here. Can you not see them? Am I on the wrong tool? What is going on here? Oh, I'm stupid. That's what was going on here. I'm just stupid. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. Just realized. There we go. Now let me see what I need to do for the antlers, because I know, yeah, they have this color also up here. Alright, some things are not visible because they are behind him. Let me go back up to here and fix a little issue that I saw. So we're gonna wait a bit before I do the shading and lighting, a little bit longer than I normally wait, but you'll see why later. So let's go ahead and do stuff for the skin. Go ahead and do that. This is something I learned from a tutorial on how to draw 90s anime style that I've just kind of kept doing because I really like how it looks with the skin. Especially on my more tan characters. He's from a very, like, a hot kind of environment, so I wanted to give him a little bit of a tan. He does spend most of his time inside, though. He doesn't really go outside a whole lot. He used to go to the library a lot, because he was dating the librarian. But, yeah, some things have happened now he's no longer dating the librarian. A lot of things happened. I'm just going to do my usual regular coloring. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Great, so multiply. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color to his lips. And let's bring that down. And then I'm going to add a little bit more to his cheeks. Make him look a little bit more blushy. Because he blushes really easily. So I feel like that would be fitting for him. Let's add a little bit more to his lips. Get this to the right size. Okay. Alright. Now multiply and just bring it down a bit. There we go, so now he's really blushy. And I think it's really cute. And add a little bit more to his ear. Because when he blushes, it goes all the way to his ear. Or ears. He doesn't just have one ear, I promise. He's not Van Gogh. But... so we'll go ahead and get that. Oh, I also need to add his little mole that he has. He has two of them, but one of them is not visible currently. He has one under this eye right here, and the other is down here. So let me go ahead and put that. I think there's a name for a mole that's right here, but I don't remember what it is. Alright, now let's add detail to his irises. Last time I drew him in that fear drawing, so I'm going to give him larger pupils than he does in that drawing. Because in that drawing he's scared, so his pupils are small. Pupils are very small in that drawing. Alright, and let's make that multiply. Bring that down. There. Alright. And I'm going to make this a little bit more saturated. I'm going to do another... It's not another pupil, but it's another like thing right here. To kind of make it look a little bit deeper, I guess. Not deeper, but a little bit more... like it has more depth to it. I guess deeper would be... I don't know. I'm bad with words. I think we established that a long time ago. Right, here we go. I might just do this. There. Oh, that's a little bit of an issue. Fix that. Oh, I guess no. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Alright, let's continue with the irises. Then I'm going to grab yellow and just kind of very lightly put it in here. Alright, there we go. So I got that part. Let me continue on with this. Let me look at portrait I did of him. Okay. His eyes are a lot warmer in that portrait than they are right now. So I might warm them up a bit. Put this in. And then I can just go down here and do some saturation, not hue. I wanted his eyes to kind of remind you of almost like one of the sunset lamps, kind of, but not exactly. Let me put this in real quick. I've been really enjoying adding like a little bit of like something like this to my eyes recently. Just like a color that is the opposite on the color wheel of the actual eye color. I just really like how it looks. And then I just bring it down. So that there's just a little hint of it. I feel like it just makes it look a lot nicer. Alright, now let's add some more shine. Using airbrush for that. And then there we go. His eyes I feel like are very simple in their design. They're not like Aduma's or like Praxis' eyes. They're very, very just kind of simple. And I really like that. Probably because it's less work for me. Okay, I'm gonna try and make the pupils a little bit darker, I think. So let me try that. Just because I feel like they've lost some darkness. Alright, I think that's good. I'm going to add that little circle of a lighter amber-ish color. Okay, let's bring that here. Oops. And then we'll take it and move it here. Then add glow, and just bring it down. Alright, I think that's good for the eyes. Alright. I want to go ahead and add a thing. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Actually, I might do this for the shading. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna like this better. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So I have prepared... Hold on. I have prepared two things. So I'm going to be testing out my sort of like shading and lighting, and I want to see how it would look with a softer shading. So what I mean when I say that, look at these. So I made these earlier. This is, so the top one is my usual shading style, right? It's the hard shading, and lately I've been doing this quite often, not super often, but I've been adding a little bit more of a warm color to the shading if the shading is cool, and then I'll add more of a cool color to the shading if the shading is warm. Just kind of on the edge. And then I'll do a soft light and then a hard light on top of that. I've been doing that a lot lately. I'm thinking of trying this. So this more soft shading that is very similar, but doesn't have any of the hardness. I will be varying hardness and light, like hardness and soft shading for the softer shading portion, I think. But we're going to do my usual first, and then we'll see where we go from there. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Alright. So we're going to do my usual. Let me pull up my reference on my phone, actually. If I can find it. I probably should have downloaded it. I'll probably do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Alright, I'm back. I found the picture reference. And it's not as dark as I remembered, so I'm probably going to lower this a good bit. It's about, I'd say it's that dark, yeah. I'm not going to do the exact shading, but I'm going to get pretty close, I think. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm a little nervous because I haven't done soft shading in a while, but right now we're just going to focus on my usual shading. So let me take a look at the face, see how the shading is done. See how the shading should be done, at least. This is a really pretty, like, photo. I think it's a cosplay, maybe? I don't know. But I used it for the pose reference, so. And it also kind of inspired me to do this kind of drawing. Thought it'd be fun. Alright, so it's like here. And then I'm definitely going to have to do multiple shading layers for this one, I feel like. At least now I'm kind of seeing like places where I've messed up, and I can go back and fix them. So that's good. Okay, so let's see right here. Alright, I will go and fix some of my issues while I'm thinking about it. So right here, here. Okay. So, looking at this, like, alright. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do several layers for this one. Which I don't mind. I just wasn't really planning on it. Right, here we go. Okay, so that should be good. I feel like I need to make this go out a little bit more, so probably... There we go. And let's go and do this. I have a lot more projects I'm planning to post, by the way. It's just taking me a while to do them. Partly because I just have so much more I need to do, but also because I'm trying to make sure that they're just right, that they're perfect, essentially. Not perfect, obviously, but like as close as I can get. Okay, so okay, so you see the good part about this is I'm seeing places where I kind of went outside the lines I wanted to stay in, so I can go and I can fix them. Alright. This is what we got so far. Alright, looks like some there. Maybe some just rest of this. Okay. Oops. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. Hopefully this will look good when I'm done. Okay, so example. Okay, so let me do the ear. This one, not the bunny ears quite yet. Alright. You just, there we go. And there we go. Okay, let's go to here. Alright. Oops. Okay, so that's the skin shading. Let me turn down the opacity on that. I might turn up the opacity on like the general, like this, so that the lighting will be a little bit more dramatic when I get to that. Now I just want to go in and add a little bit more shading to here. Alright, there we go. I'll bring this down just a bit. Just a bit over the, no, that's the same, okay. So we got that. I'm gonna add a little bit more shading here as well. There we go. Now let's do the eyes. Okay, and I'm seeing more issues. That's one reason that I struggle sometimes with coloring is I always miss a spot. Like, I love doing the coloring and all, but I do get very frustrated very easily when I miss a spot. Let me just do this. Okay. I'll fix it. Okay. So that's the eyeshadow, the eye shading. That's what we got for that. That a little darker. Okay. Now for the accessories. Let's do that. Okay, so this shouldn't take too long. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I got super focused shading the bunny ears and kind of just forgot to talk. But yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I'm actually going to make a different layer for this. So that's been happening a lot lately. I feel like I've been just getting really focused on things and then I just forget to do anything else. After I finish this shading, I'm going to take a break though and go get some lunch because I am starving. I am very hungry right now. So it'd be nice to go get some food. if I can decide what I want to eat. Does anyone else have trouble with that? Like really bad trouble trying to decide on what food they want to have? Because that's me constantly. Okay, let's... But I hope everyone's been enjoying the video so far, just kind of hanging out and drawing with me. If you are drawing, let me know, and I'd love to see it. I think that would be really nice. Just kind of vibing together, I guess. Hanging out while working on a project. Okay. Let's bring this down in opacity real quick. Okay. Now let's move on to the shirt and the pants. Going to go ahead and add some shading here. Just very lightly. Oops. Okay. You know, there's a lot of art projects I still want to do. I still want to make humanoid plants and humanoid, like, human versions of different animals. I've been planning on doing that for a while now, I just haven't gotten around to it. Alright, and then... Oh no, not this again. This happens a lot and I don't know why. Sometimes it fixes itself after I save, which... Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I just saved and it's fixed. I don't know why, that just happens randomly. But I'm just glad it fixes itself. Let me... noticing a little bit of a problem. Fix it. There. So make sure I get everything fixed up. keep feeling like I'm messing that up. I'm not very good at clothing folds. It's something I need to practice a lot more. But I'm trying at least. So that's a good thing. Alright. There we go. And then, no. Get that fixed. Okay, so let me check the reference picture. Okay, I need to add a little more shading here. I'm also kind of using this to kind of get better with my shading, hopefully. Because I definitely need to work on it a bit more. I feel like I do very minimal shading a lot of the time. So I really want to get better with it. Can I just make it more detailed? While still keeping it in my style, essentially. Okay, so far this is looking good. Should probably add a little bit more. No, I think that'll be good enough. Now to do the payments. Alright, there we go. So, my thought process here is if I can have it be the exact same drawing, but with different styles of shading, it'll be easier for me to see if I like one more than the other. Because some styles of shading might go better with certain other drawings. And I think that this is a good, like, kind of control to have. Have it be the same exact drawing, just two different ways of shading it, I think will help a lot. And it's really nice because I have been thinking about trying out different styles of shading for a while now anyways. So I just think that this is a really convenient excuse for me at this point. Okay. Let me just... there. But yeah, it's really nice. Oh, I forgot to shade the hair. I was about to be like, okay, I'm done with the shading, now on to the light. But I forgot completely about shading the hair. And I forgot to add the effects to the hair as well. I'm smart. I promise. Sometimes. Where... okay. Some wrong layer. Okay, and then let's make that multiply. Then let's make this lighter. Shrink this down. Okay. And then I just need to grab here. I also learned this from a 90s anime drawing tutorial. But I really like how it makes the hair look. As long as I don't mess it up. Right, there we go. Alright, head stretch. Okay, so now gotta do the shading. I don't usually like add a whole lot of shading to the hair, I feel like. I usually let the highlight do a little bit of that. Not the shading, but kind of like just adding a little bit more to it, I guess. Okay, so finished the shading. Now we just gotta really do the lighting, which let me go ahead and figure out what color I want the line art to be. I might just do like a dark pinkish red. Not like super dark, obviously, but because it's going to darken later, but something like this. And then the background could be a little cooler and a little muted. Maybe that's a little too much of a difference. Hold on. Let's go back here. This. And I'll just make it a little bit more muted. Okay. I think that's better. But I probably could do a different color, I guess. Going to experiment a little bit. Let's try purple. What color did I go with for his portrait? I went with purple for his portrait. Huh, okay. I didn't realize. So I could stick with that. Let's make it a little bit more saturated. A little darker. And then here, this. Okay, I think that'll be good. And I'm going to add some lighting. Okay. Make this yellow lighting. And then, as it goes out, it gets warmer. And not so light. I feel like I messed it up somehow. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm gonna make it more saturated, actually. I'll do it like this. Okay, now let's make that an add glow. Bring it down. Okay, I like how that looks a lot. Looks very nice. I do think I want to make the light part that I added to his skin earlier a little bit brighter. Not that bright. bring it down to about right here. Okay. So we're going to go in and individually add some of the light as well. And make it like a strong, kind of golden almost kind of light. Just kind of like that. Then won't have to add it to his eyes necessarily. I'll be doing stuff with that later. Let me add it to his accessories just a little bit. I tend to go a little lighter with the light. Like I tend to go a little like softer with it usually. I don't really know why. It's just a thing for me, but I really enjoy it. I don't know, I'm gonna do the hair. Okay, add glow. Okay, now for the shirt. So I'm gonna focus a lot of it on the chest area. A little bit on the shoulder and here. The majority of it be on the chest. Alright, there we go. Okay, so go ahead and do the pants as well. I feel like it's especially going to reflect on the knee. There won't be as much on this area, but I will add a little bit. Okay, and then this. Okay, so this is what we got so far. I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the warmness to the shading. So let me go ahead and grab the color I wanted for that. I'm going to use the airbrush to kind of just... Oh, shit. Okay, I messed that up for a second. Let me just do it like this. It won't be as noticeable, I feel like, on the pants, but on the skin, it'll look really nice. Which is why I'm going to do the skin last. Okay, now the shirt. Let's bring down that opacity real quick before I forget to. Alright. And now, well, I forgot to do a little bit more for the accessories, so I need to also do the... Oh wait, the accessories are next. Let me do the accessories now. I forget where this one goes. Oh, okay. Alright. So now let's go ahead and work on that. And then up here, don't know why I said it like that. Up here is some more shading. And a little bit of that warmness. Oh wait, wrong layer. Let's add some of that warmness here. Okay. Now add it to the hair. Noticing the place where I must have put some shading. Or I must put some shading. So go ahead. Is that just a place where there is no hair color? Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Okay, so now let's go back to this color. Just gonna use the airbrush to put it on. It'll look a lot nicer in a bit, I think. Okay, I'm also going to do it to the eyes. Let's go to the shading there. Let me shrink this down. Okay, so it's very noticeable with the eyes, I feel like. Now let's go to the skin, finally. Alright, now I'm going to do this. We're almost done with this part of the shading. Alright. Gotta do the ear. There we go. Now I just need to add a little bit more lighting and we'll be good. At least for the actual character. Okay, let me add this. Okay. I need to fix this up a little bit more. Alright. Now let's do add glow and bring it down. So that's the lighting for the skin. I might add a little bit more, actually. Just because I think it would look nice. I'm gonna add some... No, not there. Actually, I might add some up here. So the ear has a little bit of something to it, you know? bring that down. And then the eyes, I'm going to go up here. I really like to make the eyes shiny. So we're gonna do this. Okay, I like that a lot. I think with the eyes, I want to make the blue that's in there, that I put in there, a little bit more noticeable. About there's good, I think. I don't know, I just really like it. Okay. And then, like I said earlier, a lot of the time with the lighting, I go a little bit softer. With like some hints of hard lighting in some other places. But I think now, I'm just going to do some lighting here. Focusing it this way. Add glow, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Bring that down a good bit. Going to actually erase some of it. No, that wasn't what I meant to do. I'm going to push it back up this way. And then spin it down. Okay. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more soft lighting. But I'm going to make it a little bit more cool, I think. See how that looks. I'll add it here. There, okay. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Now to the pants again. I'm going to add a little bit of a hard light to those, just because I think it would look really nice. So let me go back and make this a warm light. Let's bring it a little bit more towards the orange, actually. I'm kind of going with like what feels good to me. Okay. So now trying to get this. Okay. Add glow. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a softer light on top of it. Right here. Add glow again. I feel like this Do I like it? Let's bring that down. Good bit. Okay. Now I want to add more hard lighting to his corset and more soft lighting towards his bow tie thing, you know. Alright, so let's do that. I'm gonna get this size. Then we'll make that an aglow. Then we'll add some more softness right here. And over here. Okay. I think that's pretty good for now. Let's go up here and I'll add a little bit of a softer glow here. Let's try this. Trying to get it just right how I want it. Okay, let's actually take away the first glow we added to that. Okay, I think that looks nicer. Now, add this. Adding some hard light to the bunny ears. Alright. Now I think I just need to add some highlights to the hair. And then I can move on to the background real quick. The background won't take very long, I think. Okay, how do I want to do this? Here we go. And add glow. Okay, now we gotta blur this part. And erase all the parts that we don't want. Okay. Going to go over places where something like this. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I need to add a little shininess to the buttons, because they're gold. So let me do that real quick. Not super noticeable right now. That's okay. Alright, now we just gotta add the shading and highlighting to the background. Which again, it's not going to take me very long. Like, at all. So, shading, easy. So, I'm going to use this moment to take a break, and I will be right back. I'm gonna go get some lunch. Alright, so I'm back. Hello, buds. Alright, we're going to... I can't talk apparently. We're going to continue with this. So we just finished the regular shading that I usually do. We just finished all of that. So I went ahead and I made it a separate layer as well. So I pretty much merged everything into one layer, and I still have like the base of everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and take all the shading that I did and I'm going to delete it. Okay, and we're back. So I went ahead and remade the shading folders. Got rid of all the shading and lighting, all of that. So, yeah. So we're back with that. And I'm going to, so this is a little reminder, I'm going to attempt some more soft shading, kind of testing out how it will look with my style. So here's an example with my usual, an example with my more soft shading style. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do skin first, because I feel like that's where I'm going to use the most detail. So let's go ahead in there. I might try using one of my paint brushes, because I do want to have a little bit of hardness in there. So let's see how this goes. I'm already messing it up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to do some blending later, I think. So let's see how this goes. My brain is like focused right now. Might have to check at times to see what I did with the other shading for some of these shapes. So my memory is not that great. Okay. This particular brush doesn't have a whole lot of, at least I don't think it does, it doesn't have a whole lot of pen pressure sensitivity, I think. So hopefully it'll not cause too many problems. Oh, well, it's a little too late, I guess. Okay. Let's see how this works out. I'm legitimately so nervous about how this is going to turn out. Okay. I want to go ahead and do some with this. I feel like it just looks off. I don't know what's with it. I'm going to restart that, I think. Alright. Let's try it with this. I'm definitely got to do a lot of cleaning up, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. And I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. Okay. So I'm trying to get this to look okay, at least. I'm gonna definitely be fixing it up later and seeing what all I can do. But it's not looking too bad so far. I think it'll definitely look better after I add the more warm tones and after I adjust the opacity some more. So let's do this. Okay, so far it's looking very gray. So I'm kind of nervous about how this is going to turn out. But let's trust the process. I don't know if this is going to actually work with my style. So this is very scary. Let's go here, clean this up. Oh boy. This is making me very nervous. I don't know if I'm just overreacting or what, but... Okay. I think I need to do a little bit more for this. This is looking pretty interesting so far, I will say. Maybe I'm just being overly critical of myself, because I'm not used to doing this with my usual line style, so I'm really being hypercritical because it just feels really off for me. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna add in... I'm hoping this will make me feel better. The warmer tones. Trying to give this a fair shot. Let's do this. Whoops. Need to go in and fix it here. One layer. Okay. So, oh, here and then. How are you feeling for this so far? I'm still kind of uncertain, but might feel better after I mess with the opacity a bit. I'm hoping. It's making me nervous. It looked good on the ball I did, that was his skin tone, but like on a ball versus on the actual drawing, it's very different. But I need to trust the process. Okay, let's try it's in here, I think. Okay, let's try lowering the opacity. See if that helps. Well, I don't know how I feel about it, to be quite honest with you. Might add a little bit more here. Actually, I could do this. I have an idea. I want to see if this will work out. Cross your fingers, guys. Okay, just go into the blend tool. Just gonna lightly go over the edges here. On all of these. Kind of gives it a harder, because I don't want to do fully all soft shadows. I want there to be some that aren't so soft, that aren't really airbrushed on. But I guess we'll see how it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to use, once again, the warmer color, and I'm going to go over these edges with it. And we'll see how this looks when we're done. Alright, let's try this. I guess that helps a bit. Again, I could just be too harsh on this since I'm not used to this kind of shading and lighting. So I guess we'll see. Let me try adding some lighting. Alright, add glow. For some reason that reminds me of, remember when, I think the picture went viral, I don't know, I used to see it all the time. But there was a picture of this person with a donut-shaped, like, thing on their forehead. I don't remember what it was called. I remember I learned about it. I, like, saw a video on it. But I don't remember what it was called. But she got, like, some kind of injection that made her head, like, her, part of her forehead kind of come out like a donut. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Shiny. Right. Let's try it with the eyes. The eyes I feel like won't look as off as the skin. Again, I might just not be used to this. So, guess we'll see. Let me shrink that brush down a bit more. Okay. Now we're going to grab that warmer color. We're going to go over it. Just right there. Okay. Now let's bring that down. Yeah, it doesn't look as strange as the skin does. Again, I might just be too harsh, but that's just what I'm thinking right now, for now. Might feel better about it later. We'll see. Okay, and now let's grab that. And then all of the softness. The one thing I kind of like about this, I could be a little bit more messy, I feel like. Like, I don't have to be as, like, pixel perfect, I feel like. Which I know I don't have to be in general. My style is kind of messy in and of itself. I don't know if I use that term right, but my style is already kind of messy, so I don't really need to worry about that too much, I feel like. But at the same time, my brain is like, oh, gotta make sure everything is perfect, you know? Even though I know that's not great thinking, to be honest. Okay. Gonna go and just quickly gonna half-ass this. Because no one's gonna really look at these anyways, I feel like. So I don't need to do too much detail in them. But we'll see. I'll probably just do a little bit more with the lighting later. And then we can go here. I kind of want to, let me just pull that to another layer. And then just gonna do a little bit here. Okay, now we can do the warmer color. Not sure how this is going to turn out. Okay. Making everything very soft and not subtle exactly, but kind of close to subtle, I guess. As close as it's gonna get. Okay. So this one. Okay. Then once again, as I've been saying, the warmer tone. Though I don't think it'll be that noticeable. Right here. Yeah, it won't be super noticeable unless you're really looking at it, I feel like. We'll see. Okay. I forgot to do that here too. Whoops. It's not really noticeable because of how dark the base color is. That's fine. I'll actually add some lighting to that, see if that helps any. Okay, and then we go to add glow dodge. I'm going to do that with some of these other pieces here as well. Then we bring that down. Okay, so far I like the usual coloring style better, but again, could be the familiarity maybe, is what I'm thinking. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Oops. And then over here. Okay, we're almost there. Definitely gonna have to do a lot of things, I feel like. We'll try this. Okay. Now let's see how it'll look with the warmer tone added. Warmer color. Okay, there we go. Now let's bring down the opacity. See how this looks. And then I'm going to add lighting. So let's see how that'll look. Let me bring this over here. Okay. I used to do my hair highlights very much like this. Like I would just do that basically. Okay. And then bring it down. I used to do that a lot more often. It doesn't look bad necessarily. I just don't know if I like it with my current style. But again, we'll see once everything is done. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to encourage myself here. I know I tend to be very harsh on myself when it comes to my art. Like, very harsh at times. But I don't know, I just really want to do well. I want it to look good. So I feel like I'm gonna have to be harsh on myself. Though it's probably not the healthiest thing, to be fair. It's something I should probably work on. Okay, so now let's go to here. Okay, so now let's see how this will work. Try making the brush a little bit larger. There we go. I'm trying to bring it still like pretty close to the shapes that I used in my regular shading style, but I feel like I have to do a little bit more with this one. It's a little bit closer to my old style. I used to use the blur tool all the time with the shading and lighting, which I still use it sometimes with the lighting portion, but not nearly as often. We're gonna leave the shading a little bit messy here. Let me add this color. Okay. I got high hopes for this. Really bring it down. Okay, so now, actually I don't think the shirt is quite done. I need to do the buttons. So I'm going to make the buttons, the shading here, a little bit less soft. So I'm going to just do that real quick. Okay. Now I'll add some lighting to the shirt. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, eye glow. Actually, I might do color dash this time. Yeah, it's a little softer. Okay, so I got that part done. I'm gonna add some more shine to the buttons. I'm actually going to make it low damage this time. Actually, let me add another shine to them. Kind of make them look a little bit more metallic. Though I don't think they'll be very noticeable. Because they're so small. Okay. So this is what we have so far. Now I will say that because it's messier than my usual style of shading, it's not taking me as long as I thought it would. Thought it would take me a lot longer, since I'm not as familiar with this style of shading as I used to be. So that's kind of a bright side, I guess. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't have the same vibe. But again, might just be me being hypercritical of my own work again. Okay, so now got that part done. We'll do this. Okay, let's bring down that opacity. And I think that's good. I'm gonna add some lighting. Okay, add glow. And I'm gonna add a bit more on the knee. Going to do glow dodge this time. Okay. So I think that's all I really needed to do for that. I need to do the background now. Which also shouldn't take me too long. Considering that whole part is in darkness. We'll add a little bit there. And then here, okay. Let's add this in. Now opacity goes down. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the wall as well. Let me check the drawing I did before real quick. So something I'm noticing is I'm much more afraid to make the shading stand out when I'm doing it like this than when I'm doing it like my normal. I feel a lot more afraid of making it bold or doing too much of it. And I wasn't that nervous about it when I was doing my usual style. So that is something that I feel like I'm already scared to do a lot of shading because I'm worried about messing it up. So I feel like this is something I definitely need to work on. So, yeah, I'm definitely seeing some things that maybe I could work on in my usual style as well. My usual style of coloring. Because, like, even though... So, I'm noticing, even though I am a little bit more easygoing and, like, I'm more happy to, like, be more bold with my shading in this style, I'm definitely noticing it's still not as much as it could be. Something I'm just kind of thinking about. But I can personally tell that I am very afraid of committing to a lot of shading. Okay, and then where to do this? Alright, there we go. Send it that. And then let's bring it down. Okay, so far, I personally like my usual better, but again, it might just be because I'm not used to doing it this way. But I definitely think that my usual one looks, I guess, more bold. It looks more like I feel like I was less fearful of messing up. But that might also be a confidence thing, because I'm more confident in my usual style of coloring than this. So that could also be it. There could be a lot of explanations, I guess. Something I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, kind of think on when it comes to, like, how confident I am in my shading and lighting techniques and all that. Okay, I want to add more lighting to the skin. I like making the skin very shiny, so it's just something I really like to do. So I'm going to try to do that here. Okay, let's go with low damage. Bring that down. I think I'm going to blur this a bit more here. And maybe a little bit here. Okay. And on his ear, because I did add some lighting to his ear earlier. So I feel like that's really all I need to do for that. So let me go ahead and merge these layers. I'm hoping that's it. I think it is. I'm trying to remember if I missed anything, but I feel like this is surprisingly a little bit more simple to do than my usual. Maybe it just takes less time because I'm more messy with it, but I don't know. So let me find, here we go. What's, oh, it's because, oh, okay. Okay, so let me merge the visible layers. I didn't really do anything with the eye highlights because I like those a lot, and I think I could transfer them to this more like softer shading and lighting style if I really needed to. Because if you look at our eyes, the highlights sometimes are a little bit more like that. They're a little bit more not cartoony. A little bit more of like a hard light. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Alright, so I'm going to speed through my process of just kind of doing the little after effects that I usually do. Just gonna speed through that because it can take me a little bit. Okay, and that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. After this, I will be putting up both drawings so you can see them both and kind of compare them. Let me know what you think. After this video goes up, I will be putting a poll on Twitter for 3 days. And it will be whether, like, which do you like better, essentially? Which do you like better, the soft shading or the hard shading? Just let me know what you think, and if you want to tell me why, you can. I'd be happy to hear. And yeah, talk to you all next time, and have sweet dreams. Bye.